Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel or oNyambose channel.
Hi
My
guys.
name is greet the people.
Hi. Hi guys.
How are we doing? We're back again. Like
Hosh.
we never left. Hosh.
Whoosh.
Hosh.
Yeah. Let's do what is written in the script. The script says like, comment down below, and if you are new, smash that subscribe button like it owes you money. And we would like to take this opportunity to thank all the people who have subscribed to our channel, the people who are commenting all the way from Swaziland, from Canada,
we see you.
from South Africa, from all over the world. We see you and we appreciate you. Continue to subscribe, to tell your friends and your family, your colleagues, your classmates, even your thug mates, whichever way.
Thug mates.
Yeah, let's keep it going. let's
Keep it rolling.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do the business of the day. We are going to be having a discussion or a chat with you guys around the subject of fights in relationship. You know, if you look at us, you think, no,
We are perfect.
we don't fight.
Yeah.
Yadlala. Beikhala 2 minutes ago. 2 minutes ago.
Just 2 minutes ago.
Beikhala. In your camera, but yeah, we are here now.
Yeah.
And so we are just going to be sharing our experience and our thoughts on the subject. And what are we going to
basically
put
that's
as a title of the
our
thing?
recent fight. That will be our recent fight. For a relationship to be built, we need to learn to fight well. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I think we can say the last part that you said, we can roll with that. Anyway, if it's a subject that you are interested in listening to, stay tuned. Wish, we're back again. Yeah, we are back, and I think without any further waste of time and data, let's dive right into it.
Yeah.
What was the topic? Learning to fight well.
Yeah.
So as let's just put a disclaimer: we are not relationship experts. We don't write books about relationships or whatever. What we are going to be talking about is just our thoughts.
Yeah.
And you may find it useful, you may find it crap. It's up to you. Basically, it's you just choose. Anyway, let's start. Where do we start?
We start by timing here. Okay, it's time for us to shoot, and you start fighting with me. Is it the correct time to fight?
Yeah, it's the right time.
How is it the right time?
I mean, it makes the video raw because we're going to be talking about fighting, and we are all jolly and happy. So now we have, deep down in your heart, you're like, yeah, but I have to wait until the end of the video.
So that thing again.
Exactly.
But in honest truth, I mean, you need to check timing, the surrounding area, where you at, who you with, and is it the correct time for you to fight?
So what are you saying? You need to hold yourself.
Yeah, hold yourself. Like, but by long they have kids, Obviously, you cannot fight in front of kids.
That's
You
true.
cannot fight in front of family. You cannot fight in front of
friends,
colleagues. You cannot.
Basically, it's you should avoid, by all means possible, avoid to fight in public. Yeah. So
at least allow, and also timing, meaning if right now maybe one partner is really, uboila metsi, like metsi a bela. Wait for the partner to, the right timing and say, hey, okay,
no,
I think this is the time for us to talk.
Vugas khulume.
Yeah. I'm sure
that's what I'm told women do. Vugas khulume.
We're not sleepy.
We're not sleepy.
But in honest fact, the Bible says we should not. Let's at least tlhabela.
Manje vugas khulume.
Yeah, vugas khulume. Let's at least tlhabela re sa kwatile. So if we want to address issues before we sleep, address the issue. Okay. But at least in a polite manner, in a kind manner.
Okay. I think another thing that is important is the issue of choosing your words properly. Apostle Vincent, when we were doing premarital counseling, he said it's always better to address from I other than from you. So it's always better if you speak for yourself to say 1, 2, 3, 4 made me feel this way. 1, 2, 3, 4 made me feel this way, other than saying to the other person, you did this, you did this, you did this. The nature in human being, when you are attacked, your nature will automatically put a defense mode. And once there is an attack and defense, it doesn't end well. Ziyakhala one way. So
you
exactly. It becomes a problem.
And also we need to listen and ask for clarity. Half the time you find you are boiling and you don't listen. Whatever that you hear, you should hear it with more clarity. Ask for clarity. If you're not understanding anything, ask for clarity.
What do you mean by this?
Listen carefully.
That's true.
Ask your partner, but I don't understand. Not you want to attack your partner and say, no, I'm not listening because you're talking nonsense. I don't like you talking nonsense. Rather listen to your partner and ask for clarity. It's okay to ask for clarity. It's okay to ask.
It's actually a good thing to ask the other person if you don't understand. And if you feel like you are misunderstanding, it's always better to ask, what do you mean by this? Before you run into your own conclusions. And in the same spirit of asking for clarity and all that, you need to take a moment when you are having an argument or a fight. Give each other time to speak. Give each other airtime. It makes it much better. I think the best possible way is to let the person who is offended start speaking their case. Like in the court of law, the party that is offended, they bring their case to say, okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the defendant comes. But in this case, you shouldn't come to defend yourself, but you listen to the other person, understand their point, where they are coming from, and once you understand, and then you take it from there, whether you apologize or whatever, but you need to understand their point before you speak.
And also another thing, now that you're talking about speaking, understanding and all that, I think also we, our right now generation, we really like into social media. We speak half of the time, we chat. And sometimes you find your partner is trying to send a message that doesn't, like when you receive it in a harsh way. Rather,
that's true.
I think it's also best also to kind of like avoid the arguments over the phone, because messages can be read wrongfully.
You should avoid
can be received.
You should avoid fighting via WhatsApp and all that, because that it keep records. There's archives.
Yeah, I'm going to read this. You said 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm telling you, if you feel like you are angry or anything, take a call, call the person, or wait for the person until you are together.
meet them,
you speak, because if you text, you will regret.
Yep.
And by that time, you are trying to say delete for all on WhatsApp. That option is no longer there. It's gone.
Yeah.
So
and screenshot deal.
Exactly. And the painful part about it, it becomes a reminder. You know, when you say things out of anger, and the person has a reference, they can always go to that to say, you once said this to me. You once said this to me.
It's true.
It's better if you not even, but if you say it with your mouth and they apologize. You apologize later on. It can, not even though it won't be erased in your mind, but you can, after some time, you can easily forget. But if it's something that you can always go back to, it's a problem.
Yeah, it's so true. And also, like you said, you need to give enough time for one to vent their anger. You give me time to speak, and I'll give you time to speak. You tell me your story, I tell you my story.
That's true.
We come with common
solution. See which direction we take. And while we are still on WhatsApp and stuff, you know the thing with text. Text doesn't have what do you call emotion or tone. Yeah, that's the right way. Text doesn't have a tone. If I send a text, I might send a text from a laughing space or from a relaxed space, and when it gets to that, it's received in another way, and boom, it's explosive. It is explosive. It is explosive. And I think while on top of that, when you find yourself in a space of an heated argument, a lot of times we resort to insults. A lot of times we resort to name calling. Akere wena clever. You are the smart one. Yeah, vele wena. Yeah.
Vele bampudise sole soka wena.
That's another no-go zone. I think if especially if you are still interested in the relationship, you know the important thing, I think above everything, before you even get into fighting, you need to ask yourself questions before you confront the next person. Am I still in this? When I approach this person, are we fighting to solve the problem and continue, or I want out? It makes the fighting really, within a boundary. If we are fighting to build, avoid saying things that will belittle the other person, and they will create scars, eternal scars that the other person will always think, okay, this person said I'm this. This person said, and you know, words when they are said by someone who is very close to you, they are more hurtful than words that are said by a stranger.
A stranger, exactly. Like now, I like what you are saying. Most of the time, I think when we keep records, I think also if you are to fight for like whatever that you are fighting for at that particular time, do not backtrack things and say, yeah, but you did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's keeping records of wrong. Remember, love covers multitude of all sin. Meaning, if he has wronged me today, I'm not going to use it next week when he has wronged me again. Rather, let's focus on the particular issue that we are facing right now and speak about it and fix it, move on to the next chapter. But that's if you're going to keep records of wrongs and say, yeah, that's when you start, but whenever you are 1, 2, 3, 4, you're never going to change. Such things, they stay momotong. And when the person is trying really hard to fix the errors, the voice comes over and over again, or Ghana, they said, I can never change. So learn to, whatever that you have resolved right now, move on. Give your partner like a benefit of a doubt. Okay, tomorrow he's not going to do what he did today. Close it and say, tomorrow it's going to be, let's write a new chapter so that we can be able to move on to the next, or walking this life together. Like he said, Hori, you cannot when you start a fight, you need to know that
Which
fight that you're
direction.
starting, which direction is it going to lead you? Yeah.
And there's something very powerful that you just said there. In terms of what you say, I think another thing that we need to be very careful of when we are engaging is what we say and how you say it. The words that you say to the next person. You know, sometimes you are in a heated moment, you are angry and all that, and you end up saying hurtful things to the other person. Like you said, they said, I will never change. It will keep playing in the mind of the other person. But it's always better if you speak to the person in a point of building to say, you know what, you can do this. I believe in you. I believe you can change this behavior. You just need to try hard, put more effort, ask if you need help and all that. Because if you say certain words, they are like cash. They create the life that you want, or the life that you said with your words. Like, you will never change. You are a useless person. Those words, they will keep playing in the mind of the other person.
In that way, the other person won't be able to try even hard to say, okay, I can change. I can be better. I can do better. Remember, the word of God says, there is power in your tongue. So meaning whatever that you say with your tongue, it can either build or destroy, right? So if whatever that comes out of your mouth is like what we said, whatever that comes out of your mouth already, it can never be reversed back.
That's true.
It's the sad reality about life. But we need to guard our tongue, and we need to build than destroying.
There's what you once said. I think it's one of your friends who said about dishing.
Yeah, the food that you prepare, when you dish them, make sure you are able to stomach them back. Yeah, so
it's food that you can eat. If it's poisonous,
make sure
before you dish it out, be prepared to say, if I eat it, will it manifest life in my own body, in my own life? Will it bring life? Before you say things to the next person. This is not about just a marriage or love relationship. It goes across borders, whether it's at work, it's at school, with your friends, people that you meet in life. The words that you say to them, be prepared to say, if these words were to be said to me, how will I feel about it? You know, you need to think before you say things to people. If this was to be said to me, how will I feel about it? And in a setup of a relationship, before you even engage in an argument, in a fight, you need to ask yourself certain things. How is it going to benefit me? How is it affecting my life? There is things that you don't even have to fight about. I mean, like, let's say it's an issue of the toilet seat. I'm making an example. I always lift it up. She puts it down. Obviously. So now, if we are going to fight about that, something that you can easily solve yourself. If I get there, it's down, I put it up. If she gets there, it's up, she puts it down.
That's it.
It's not something that we can now sit down, have meetings about the toilet seat. You need to evaluate a matter at hand. Okay, is it something that is troubling my life? Is it disturbing my life in any way? Is it something that I can just fix myself before you even go to the next person? Because now there is this other thing. When we are in a relationship, it's mostly about how you speak to the person. If you make a request other than a complaint, it's even better. When there is something that you don't like that is happening, let's say, for an example, myself, I used to put socks in my shoes. I don't know if I still do, but from time to time. But reality is, if she came to me complaining, you always leave shoes, you always leave socks in your shoes, and it's annoying, blah, blah, blah. It was going to be a big thing other than a small thing that it was. But now it came to me as a request. Please put the socks where I will easily access them if I'm doing laundry. It's a request
That's it.
to help her do what she needs to do. It's easy to navigate around that. And besides, if she sees them in the shoes, she can easily take them herself.
Yeah. So one more thing that I feel like we do, especially as women, I'll emphasize on this one. Stop making threats. They're not cute. It's not cute. Yeah.
It's not sexy.
Yeah.
It's not sexy.
You. Oh yeah, you
Vaya.
deprive. Or I'll kill myself. Yeah, you don't love me. Yeah.
You deprive what?
Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's stop
if you
making
don't wash the car, it'll dim.
Yeah, and one more thing that I feel it's really something that we can talk about is avoid arguing. One of the things Apostle Vincent, when he was counseling us, he said something like if you're on the way home, just make sure that you grab a sweet. So avoid fighting when you're stressed, when you're hungry.
That's
hungry
true.
Stomach,
That's true. That's true.
I'm gonna get you.
That's true. It's Zulu City indlala ibangulaga.
Yeah.
So indlala on its own, when you are hungry, your temper and your temperament,
Yeah, right.
they are already here.
And when you're tired.
So anything that
It's
explode.
okay to ask your partner, can I please nibble a little bit, or can I please nibble or something, just a little bit. You know what, honey, I'm a bit stressed today. Can you talk about this some other time?
That's true.
And yeah.
I think while you are still on that, another important thing, especially when you are fighting, you need to understand the person you are with or you are in an argument with. Whether, like, understand their temperament, how far they can take a conversation, how far they can take heat. Because if you keep pressing and pressing and pressing and pressing, eventually they boil.
Yeah.
And if you know that you are that type of a person who is like milk, put on a stove for 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes, 1 to 10 seconds, and you split all over the stove. You need to know when you get to that point, okay, now I'm about to boil. Remove yourself from the situation. Take a walk. Ask to be excused. You know what? Can I just, you know?
It's okay.
And as the other person, don't force yourself into it. No, I want us to talk. Let the person, because as a person, you know yourself, and a lot of times you are trying to block or to stop yourself from saying certain things. Because if you know that when you are angry, you don't have any breaks or filter in your mouth. So it's a problem. So when you see you are getting to that point, just take a walk. Go drink water or something.
My mom used to say, when you're angry, literally just drink water. So that when you want to talk back, you won't be able to take out whatever that you want to take out. That is not from here, but yeah.
That's powerful.
Yeah,
but I think we've said a lot of things, and we will leave the comment section
Please
open.
engage with us. Tell us your thoughts, what works for you, what has been working for you, what you think, or what are you suffering about. Maybe we can pray together with you, and
if you quarter fast, you see
just
you need prayer. You need prayer, my brother or my sister. That's
from us, oNyambose City, blessings and
Hosh.